Visitors Coverage is your go-to global marketplace to find the best award-winning travel insurance plan for your next trip. Get quotes, compare plans, and buy your favorite travel insurance policy online, all in under 5 minutes. Hello. My name's Haleigh.
My name's Yasmin.
And we are here with Visitors Coverage, but we're here today to do something a little bit more fun. We've had some people submit some really awesome travel mishap stories about their personal travels, and we're gonna read some to you. With that, we'll also give you some insight onto how you could potentially prevent some of these things from happening with travel insurance plans that we provide on VisitorsCoverage.com. Picture a beautiful sunset over the ocean in Jamaica. Now, picture me running into the ocean, stepping on a stingray, and getting stung. I was shocked to say the least. Luckily, both the stingray and I were fine. We went on to have the most beautiful and memorable family vacation to date. Although, every time I enter an ocean now, I shuffle my feet just in case there's an ocean creature waiting to give me a vacation surprise. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, stingrays are no joke. I mean, those things are really, really dangerous. I mean, they have, poison in them or something?
That's definitely something that could be covered on a plan like that. And depending on which country you're in, like what you're doing, if you're on a cruise or however you seek medical attention, it could get pretty expensive for sure.
Yeah, definitely. The travel medical is intended to cover for anything that is unexpected, accidental, unplanned mishaps that could happen during your travels. So anything that happens that could be a financial burden as far as medical costs could be covered under the insurance. Double check to see what's covered and what's not covered, but I mean, stepping on a stingray does sound pretty taxing.
Yeah.
We rented tiny road scooters in Thailand and rode them into a beautiful secluded beach. Unfortunately, we didn't realize that half the journey would be on a crazy dirt road. Those scooters were not meant to go off-roading, and the giant scar on my ankle after sliding out of this is proof of that. That beach, though, was so cool.
The beach was cool, though.
Yeah, the beach was cool.
That's all that matters in the end.
I mean, sometimes you have to go into battle to get what you want, and they got the beautiful beach. And
if it was to the point where it got really bad, and you potentially needed surgery in somewhere like Thailand, if you're needing to go home early, if you're needing to be transported to another country, that's where those numbers get much higher.
Yeah. And some of these travel medical insurance plans, they do include a medical evacuation in case of an emergency, or you could be transported to the nearest hospital, or if your trip gets cut short because of a covered reason, then you could be reimbursed for an expense to go home. There's different interesting coverages for things like this.
Yeah. The most important thing, read the policy, but also there's so many different plans and so many different coverage options, so there is a wide variety of what you could potentially be covered for, and it's hard to know up front, but you can kind of gauge potentials based on the activities you're doing and where you're going, and that's a good way to kind of gauge what potential coverage you may need. A couple years ago, I went to Labrador, Netherlands, yes, in the summer for a fishing trip. No one warned us about the bugs before going, though. And oh my God, there were so many black flies, mosquitoes, and deer flies. The deer flies are the worst and take large chunks out of you. After getting bitten so many times and covered in bug bites, we were finally able to get to a hardware store and buy head nets, bug jackets, and strong 100% DEET spray. Well, we walked everywhere in those head nets and must have looked pretty crazy. Anyways, my cautionary tale is to plan ahead and research your destination, especially if you hate bugs.
I hate bugs.
Yeah,
same. I hate spiders. Cockroaches are gross too.
Oh, I can't do cockroaches. That's my worst fear is a cockroach. And something like that could really just ruin your whole trip.
Totally.
And tell me if this could be potentially covered. If I were to go somewhere and I was not having a good time, or I just wanted to go home. Could you potentially get that covered on a plan?
Potentially. So it could be a trip interruption for any reason. So let's say, for example, you're you know what, I'm not enjoying this person that I'm traveling with, and we're just not getting along. I just want to go home.
You got a summer fling. You go on a trip with a little boy. It's not working out.
It's not working out, and you can say like I just want to go home, and that could be like a trip interruption, and I think it goes up to 75% for the most part. But obviously, you want to double check what that reimbursement is. But yeah, it definitely does cover for situations like that, and you don't necessarily have to disclose the reason.
CFAR,
cancel for any reason.
Cancel for any reason, yes, can help cover that, or like trip interruption type things.
Sometimes you just don't want to go. If you want to eliminate the risk of like those financial burdens, like you lose all your money when you book a trip, right? You can get a cancel for any reason add-on benefit to your trip insurance policy, and that can reimburse you from 50% to 75% of your trip cost.
CFAR is the most like underrated add-on plan benefit that you can add to one of your like trip insurance plans. I feel like not a lot of people know about it either. Like up to 75% non-refundable costs, like that's such a big win, especially if you're in a situation like that you can't go on your trip. And we're here to bring that awareness.
Yeah, we want you guys to know all the good stuff that happens with travel, medical, and trip insurance that you could protect your financial assets with.
Yeah, and that's why we were here to share these stories, because although they're fun and they're funny to listen to, and sometimes you can totally relate to them, we do hope that we were able to provide like some potentials on how you can avoid them in the future with travel insurance policies, and that's what we're here for. So be sure to check out VisitorsCoverage.com if you have an upcoming trip and you want to see if you can get coverage for whatever you're doing on your trip, or even your trip entirely. Well, it was great talking to everyone. We'll see you next time.
All right, see you later.